It's 9 p.m. Monday night. While the rest of the world slows down, you're tuning in to the Final Boss podcast. This is Motivation Mondays, where mindsets shift, hustle gets honored, and the 6 pillars of success get broken all the way down. We're talking motivation, resilience, sacrifice, consistency, persistence, and perseverance. Hosted by the one and only Turbo, the CEO, bringing real talk, raw stories, and relentless energy to spark your week with purpose. So lock in, take notes, and remember, success ain't just a dream, it's a discipline.
Welcome to the Final Boss podcast. Listen, it's Motivation Monday. Motivation Monday. Motivation Monday. Motivation Monday. Motivation Monday. Motivation Monday. Listen up. Motivation Monday, episode number 9. Episode number 9. Man, listen up. Man, I got a great show for you guys tonight. And it's going to be on and popping. Yes, sir. Hope everyone's having an amazing week this week. I know it's only Monday. But see, the way my Mondays work, I see everything between now and next Monday. So that puts me ahead, right? So I have the gift of foresight. Oh, man, I'm so excited, man. I'm so excited. Listen, please continue to support us, email us, DM us, leave messages, comments on all the platforms. I know I don't get to each and every last one of them like I should as soon as I can, but I do take the time out to get to them when I can on a weekly basis. So by the next episode, I've usually have responded to your message. So keep them coming. And thank you. Tonight, we have, man, you know what? You know, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. That's what I am going to do. Oh, man, we're going to go into it, man. Let's go with the brass tacks. So tonight's brass tacks comes from an author. We're gonna say AI because there's no author. Tonight's brass tacks. I am strong because I've been weak. I am fearless because I've been afraid. I am wise because I've been foolish. Again, I am strong because I've been weak. I am fearless because I've been afraid. I am wise because I've been foolish. Listen up, final bosses. Listen up, smarts. Listen up, motivators, man. That's our brass tacks for tonight. And tonight's episode number 9. Episode number 9 for the Motivation Monday. And tonight, I'm going to be asking you a question. I'm asking you a question. And this is the episode. What will you forego today for the life you wish to live tomorrow? What will you forego? What will you forego today for the life you wish to live tomorrow? That's our question for tonight. That's going to lead us into our conversation. And man, whew, boy, I'm gonna let you guys ponder on that for a minute while I set up this other camera. Boom, it's done. It's there. We're there. We're here. Here is now. Future is now. And let's get right into it. Right. So if you've been following me, and you've been with us since episode 1 on the Motivation Monday, you will understand each show coincides with the last, right? And this show is no different. The only thing about this show that's different is that I vaguely mention your why. I vaguely mention the 6 pillars of success. I vaguely mention the 6 building blocks of reward. I vaguely mention the cornerstone of magnificence. And I vaguely mention the momentum code, which is the maintenance that's needed to keep it going. Right? The question that I ask about tonight, that's about tonight's show, we'll bring it all together. Right? What will you forego today for the life you wish to live tomorrow? Listen. Discipline is a very, 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 very difficult thing. There's a heavy pain that comes with discipline. But get this. The pain of regret is even heavier. The pain of regret is even heavier. Yeah, ponder on that. Well, if you're just now joining us, listen, to everyone around the world, if you're just now joining us, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. To everyone around the world who's just now joining us, no matter where you are, thank you for joining us. I am the final boss. And today, we're talking about the most important question you'll ask yourself this year. We're already, 8 months in? 8 months in. We're almost at the last quarter, man. We're almost in the last quarter. What will you forego today for the life you wish to live tomorrow? Because here's something you don't know. Nobody cares, right? Nobody cares. Nobody wants to hear your problems. Nobody wants to hear every single day you're making a choice. You're either choosing your future self or you're choosing current comfort. And as I said before, comfort is the enemy of growth. Comfort is the enemy of growth. And most people are going to choose comfort all day, every day. People love to be comfortable. They hate challenges. Hate it. They're going to choose the couch over the treadmill. I'm throwing a flag on the play because that's they're going to choose the couch over the treadmill or the pavement each and every last time because people love to be comfortable. They don't want to learn anything new. They don't want to develop any new skills. There's always an excuse for execution. Oh boy, where did that come from? That ain't cool. That is not supposed to be there. Nope. Okay. Yeah, we got it out the way. Man, this thing is sensitive. Sensitive. But not you. Not my final bosses. Not my motivators. Not my smarts. Not you. Not ever. Not today. Because we are a community and we are leveling up. We are leveling up. Let me be philosophical for a second, right? The word sacrifice comes from the Latin word sacrificium. Sacrificium. To make sacred. When you sacrifice something today, you're making room for your future. You're saying to yourself, because this is what it takes to fulfill dreams. In those dreams, you have a vision of yourself. You have an idea of the person you're becoming. That's holy ground. That's holy ground right there. The person you are becoming. You visualize it, you dream about it, and it's coming into fruition. Every successful person you admire has a graveyard of forsaken pleasures. A lot of these famous folks, they didn't just build their dreams, become great without having the hard work done. They understood the fundamental law of success. You can have anything you want, but you can't have everything you want. The question lies in this right here. The question isn't whether you will sacrifice. The question is, what are you sacrificing for? And the sacrifice has to be greater than you. The sacrifice has to be greater than you. Your why has to be greater than you. That's the only way this thing works. It doesn't respond in kind to selfishness. You can have selfish intent, but that intent is greater than you. Take a moment, right? I need you guys to take a moment. Go get a piece of paper. You should already have paper. I know my smarts, my final bosses, my motivators already have paper in front of them so they can take notes. They are always taking notes. And I want you to write down three things you do regularly that aren't serving your future self. 3 things. I'll give you a second to do that. It could be doom scrolling on social media, staying up too late, watching whatever you're watching on TV, or since you're on social media, saying yes to every invitation you receive. And those key moments, you can be building your business, learning a new skill, right? Or personal development, growth, personal growth. You could be doing that in those moments. It doesn't take a lot of time. Because what you've developed in doing those 3 things that you just wrote down, these are habits. They're choices. And just like those are habits and choices that you choose to do, if you flip those things that I just mentioned and turn it into those things that I also just mentioned, growth, personal growth, building a business, learning a new skill, any of those things, those choices are a vote for the person who you can become. It's a vote for who you can become. Are you voting for you? Ask yourself that question. Ask yourself that question underneath those 3 things that I just mentioned that you wrote down that you do. Underneath that, write this question. Are these things in line with voting for who you want to become? Your future self is watching. What are you going to show them? What are you going to show your future self? Your future self is like this. Nope. Come on. You could do better. Nope. You're wasting time doom scrolling. That TV program can be recorded, right? You just going through social media for no damn reason. When you can be building skills, doing personal growth, right? Yeah. And then you have the myth of someday, which comes from your inner me. Someday I'll start that business. Someday I'll get in shape. Someday I'll learn a new skill. Sundays turn into tomorrow. Tomorrow turns into never. Someday is the biggest lie you tell yourself. Someday is not a day of the week. Someday is where dreams go to die. Ask yourself this question. Name a day that never happens. Name a day of the week that never happens. Someday is that day. Someday. We have to get outside of this someday mindset. The calendar has 365, 52 weeks, and none of them are called someday. You know what day exists? Today. You know what moment exists? Right now. Right now exists. The life you want isn't waiting for perfect conditions. It's waiting for you to stop making excuses and start making moves. Here's what blows my mind. People always think that change has to be dramatic. They think they need to completely overhaul their life overnight. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. Change is like compound interest. I say compound interest a lot. I love that. A 1% improvement every day for a year makes you 37 times better. 37 times better. What does 1% look like? 1% could be reading 10 pages in a book, walking for 15 minutes, calling a potential client, saying no to one thing that you usually say yes to. Bars. Small hinges swing big doors. What small hinge are you moving right now in this instant? There are two different types of pain in life. The pain of discipline and the pain of regret. Discipline weighs ounces and is heavy. Regret weighs tons. The pain of regret. When you choose discipline today, you ask yourself, you say this to yourself. If I forego that immediate pleasure, Or will I forego that immediate pleasure for future gain? It may sting a little. It's going to be pain. You can't have pain and growth. You need pain for growth. It's just the way it is. But if you choose comfort today and wake up 5 years from now in the same place, that's a pain that never goes away. That's your regret. You're going to experience pain either way. So why not choose the pain that's going to pay you dividends? If you can sacrifice 3 hours or an hour of mindless entertainment, ask yourself, what's the reward in that? You could take that time to begin your life's transformation. You could take that time to complete your life's transformation or start on your life's transformation. Listen, your enemy is going to fight you on this. It's designed to keep you safe, comfortable, and in a familiar pattern. When you try to change, your brain hits the panic button. We've all felt it. The brain doesn't like different. The brain doesn't like challenges. It says, "Oh, this is scary for me. I want to go back to what I know." You know, that's you going to the gym at the beginning of the year, and you're in the gym paying a membership, and then 2 weeks you're done because your brain was like, "Nah, this ain't it. This ain't it, champ." And you go back to being comfortable. And the cycle repeats itself. The cycle repeats itself. But here's the secret. Resistance is actually a compass. I don't know if you can see the compass. Can you see the compass? Right there. You see the compass. Resistance is actually a compass. It's pointing you toward your growth. The bigger the resistance, the bigger the breakthrough waiting for you on the other side. Feel and embrace the fear. Thank it for trying to protect you. And then you do it anyway. You do it anyway. You move forward. You do what you have to do to get it done. You can't plant flowers in toxic soil and expect them to grow. If your environment isn't supporting your growth, then you need to change it. If you're planting seeds around weeds, what's going to happen? Right? Get rid of all that toxic stuff, man. You're following accounts that make you feel bad, but you still following them. Why? Why are you doing that? Why are you addicted to that? Ask yourself that. Get rid of all the crazy foods that are only harming you. It's not even food. It's not food. Just because you can ingest it, it's not food. You can go ingest a penny. I don't suggest that, but you get what I'm saying? If your friends or family aren't supporting you in your goals and your growth, let them go too. You only have one life. What are you going to do? You're going to wait till you're 80 years old when everybody's gone and say, "Oh, now I'm going to do what I wanted to do that I should have done when I was 40." Because everybody else is no longer with us. So you wait till they're gone to do what you said you wanted to do 40 years ago. Even the smallest things, the devil's in the details. The smallest things, such as your workspace or whatever space you are utilizing to zen out, it should inspire action. It should inspire you. Your environment should make good choices easy. You need to start right now building your life by design, by you, the architect, for success. And listen, once you have momentum, momentum is everything. Momentum is everything. Just like you have momentum when you're making bad decisions or you're making bad choices, like some of those choices I just mentioned, doom scrolling, right? Watching nonsense on TV or just playing on the internet. That's a momentum that you continuously do every single day. Now flip it. We're going to exchange those choices with new choices and build new momentum. You see how Elon shoots his rockets and these other guys are shooting their rockets up in the sky, trying to get to space. A rocket uses most of its fuel just to get off the ground. Once it breaks through the atmosphere, it's smooth sailing. That's how your momentum starts. But once you get it and you're in there, it's smooth sailing. Your first week will be the hardest. Your first week will be the hardest. Your second week will be challenging. Your second week is going to be challenging. But by the third week, you'll start to feel and see momentum and the shift. And the shift. And you know what? To my smarts motivators and to my friend of bosses, listen up. Start small, right? Number one, start small. Number two, be consistent. You don't have to be perfect, but be consistent. Number three, celebrate small wins. Small wins. 4, start stacking those habits, those new habits that you're building. Start stacking them together like Lego blocks. And last, this is very important. Last, never break your performance more than 2 days in a row. You could be on a day, off a day, but never on a day, off. Because a lot of times when you break the chain for 2 days, what happens is you continue to break the chain, right? And I've put a program together that makes it all easy just for you. Discover and understand your why. The 6 pillars of success. The 6 building blocks of reward. The cornerstone of magnificence. And the momentum code for maintenance to keep it all together. I built that program for you. You need that program. We're in a community. We're on this journey together. We're all trying to get to the fired up train. We're all trying to get to the fired up train. Momentum builds on momentum. You get that first win in, then use it to fuel the next one. Every action you take is either moving you toward your goals or away from them. There's no neutral. There's no neutral ground in this. When you choose to scroll, when you choose to doom scroll, instead of skill build, you're not just wasting 30 minutes. You're missing out on the compound effect of that learning can happen over months and years. Take a time out, right? And think about this. Think about the time you invest daily into doom scrolling. Daily. As a matter of fact, from this point forward, and throw this in the chat, this point forward, think about how much time you spend doom scrolling on a daily basis. Think about that. Yeah, it's crazy. I know. It's just like when you choose to be stuck on a couch versus taking a few minutes to work out or walk. Being stuck on that couch, you're burning minimal calories because you burn calories even when you sleep. But we're building something. We're building discipline. We're building confidence. And we're instilling a habit that would transform your entire life. Every moment, every single moment is a fork in the road. You have to make the decision on which path you're going to take. Most people, believe it or not, most people are living the same 365 every day, every year. And then they sit back and call it life. Are you living or are you existing? They wake up, they follow the same routine, they make the same choices, ate the same food, and wonder why nothing changes in their life. If you keep doing something and expecting a different result, that's insane. That's insanity. That's not how it works. You have to break the pattern. And breaking the pattern starts with one decision, one choice, one different action, one different response to the same situation. What pattern are you ready to break? What pattern are you ready to break? Right? Here's a call to action. You know, I love call to actions. Here's a call to action for you. Identify one thing you'll forego in the next week. And write it down. Replace it with one action toward your future self. Then, hopefully, you have an accountability partner or a bounce back person or someone who just cares about your well being. You tell them about the commitment you're making to yourself. Then, I want you to make sure that your environment is set up for success. Successful people have clear environments because clear environments brings clarity of thought. You cannot be living in filth and clutter and expect to be successful. You have to have clarity of thought. In order to have clarity of thought, you need to have clarity in your environment. Tomorrow, I want you to do this. Number one, I want you to execute the plan. Number two, I want you to track your progress. Number three, I want you to celebrate those wins. Number four, wash, rinse, repeat, and prepare for day number 2. So you have a plan for today. I know it's late here on the East Coast, but you have a plan for today. You have a plan for tomorrow. Now, for the week, I want you to focus on consistency over perfection. I want you to document your journey. I want you to pay close attention to how you feel. Notice, in particularly, how you feel different. And then I want you to use that momentum to build the next good habit. Remember, you don't have to be great to get started. But you have to get started to be great. You have to get started to be great. You have to get started. Here's what separates the final bosses from everyone else. Wait, let me say that again. Here's what separates the final bosses, the smarts, and the motivators. Sorry about that, motivators and smarts. I apologize. From everyone else. They understand that today is the future. They don't wait for motivation. They create it through action. Action brings results. Results fuse momentum. They know that every champion was once a beginner. Every champion was once a beginner, except for maybe MJ. I think MJ came out the womb in J's, and he was just dunking. Like he was in the hospital throwing away yeah, that's wild. But yeah, I think MJ came out the womb. He was already Air Jordan at age 0. But for you, small choices, small actions build the momentum. Every champion was once a beginner. And the difference between that champion and someone who isn't a champion refuses to give up. Every success story started with someone who was tired of their current story and decided to write a new one. You hear about it all the time. You hear about all these success stories where these people come from, they had something, they lost it all, or they were homeless, they were living in their car. The Tyler Perry's. I mean, listen to these success stories where people decided to change their life and their situation and begin anew. It just didn't they planned it. They planned it. They took the time out to plan it. In their plans, they met those actions with results. You have everything you need right now to start becoming who you want to be. Yes, you have everything you need right now to start becoming who you want to be. The question is, will you? What will you forego? Will you make the decision to be great? Will you make the decision that you want excellence in your life? What will you forego? right? We got 10 minutes left. I can't go over tonight. School's back in session, and I have homework. Before you close this podcast out, stay with me. Stay with me. Stay with me. Before you close this podcast out, I want you to do something. I want you to make a decision right now, today. What will you forego today for the life you wish to live tomorrow? I want you to choose it. I want you to commit to it. I want you to start it today. Because change doesn't have to take a lifetime. Change can start now. Change starts today. The time is now. The future is now. And you, yes, you're ready. You're ready. And we're on this journey together. We're in this community together. We're all trying to get to the fired up train. The fired up train only accepts excellence, greatness. And I'm only here to remind you that your future self is counting on the choices you make today. Don't let your future self down. They're really counting on you. You have to keep fighting. You have to keep growing. And remember, we're not just playing a game. We're doing this to be the board, to be the system, to be the matrix. We have to get out of that mindset of just playing the game. We're not playing a game. We're no longer chess pieces. We're no longer chess pieces. The fired up train is at the station. The fired up train is ready to go. It's ready to go. It's waiting on you. It's waiting on me. And you can do it. You can get to the fired up train. You can do it. Discover your why. Incorporate the 6 pillars of success. Usher in The 6 building blocks of reward. Have your cornerstone of magnificence in place. You can build it. You don't lack momentum. Momentum isn't a lacking system. And the fired up train is more than just a feeling. The moment you start winning, the world around you will change. Just know that. People that were cheering you on, they would start questioning your progress. Your inner me of can't will start to whisper, you don't deserve this. Keep going. Keep going. People aren't afraid of your dark. They fear your light. Your success forces others to confront their own limitations. Your momentum highlights their stagnation. Bars. So unconsciously, they're going to try to slow you down. They're going to try to slow you down. But the fired up train ain't having none of that. We're going to keep adding fuel to power up the fired up train. We're going to stoke the engine even harder. Get up that hill. Because that's what it is. It's a hill of difficulty. And if you want it, you keep throwing coals inside of that train. Use the resistance to build an unstoppable momentum. Because once you get over that hill, that's it. Once the rocket fuels hit the atmosphere, that's it. That's it. You just have to keep going. Never quit. Never stop for more than 2 days. Remember, compound interest. Never stop more than 2 days. When your train hits resistance, the first thing it hits, the first thing that's attacked is your cornerstone of magnificence. That's your foundation. That's your unshakable self-belief. But you have to keep pushing. You have to keep going. The cornerstone isn't going anywhere. You just need to reinforce it. Every time life tries to shake you, every storm that fails to break you makes you stronger. Your cornerstone isn't there to avoid storms. It's there to be an unmovable force. that helps you get through the storm. That's what it's there for. And listen, I'm the Final Boss, and this has been the Final Boss Podcast. Woo! This has been episode number 9. Motivation Monday. Motivation Monday. Listen, stay tuned in. Tune in tomorrow night, because I'll be back tomorrow for Tech Tuesday with the sensei, the Shmi, Big Mike, tomorrow, where we talk about all things technology, AI, you name it, whatever's going on regarding technology, we're talking about it. Tune in tomorrow for that, Tech Tuesday. And then come back on Thursday for Special Guest Thursday. Right? And that's the Final Boss week. And then we do it all over again on Sunday. We're sitting down with the Final Boss. All 4 days, all live, all at 9 p.m. You guys have a great week. And to everyone around the world, no matter where you are watching and what time it may be, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. And remember this: be balanced, be equal, and be smart. And that's our show for tonight. Hope you guys took a lot of notes. It was a lot of call to actions. I'm expecting some results, man. We are in a result-proven community, right? You're not alone. This is a community. You're not alone. We're doing this journey together. And in that, I wish and say and bid you farewell until tomorrow. So I'll see you then. But for Motivation Monday, we're closing out. Y'all have a great night. Get some rest. Get some rest, man. Start making changes in your life. Every morning when you wake up, you should be asking yourself, what will you forego? What will you forego? And that's our show. Y'all have a great night. See you tomorrow for Tech Tuesdays. Salute.